Okay, and we are back. So, I'm going to go up first. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. The stage does continue. But, for purpose of curiosity, what is to the left? Ah, you can just loop round, so it's a shortcut. Very nice. That question's been answered, so that's good. So, 145th. We're making good progress today. See what we got. I wanted to read that as Gilded Man, but it's Gilded Man by Rad Robot with an overall score of 38.80. All the scores are pretty much the same besides Shin. Shin's ratings are pretty mean most of the time. Anyway, we've got Gilded Man by Rad Robot. Just one element. Okay, looks very fancy already. For something called Gilded Man, I'm just thinking of guilds and adventure quests, that kind of setting. And when I see this aesthetics and the song, I very much think, yeah, that's probably what we're going for here. Is that just decoration? Oh my gosh! The recolors are kind of cute. I'm just gonna assume that's gonna kill me, so we don't want to go there. I fought so many Joes. I mean, a Joe is still a Joe. What is that? Is that a press or what? Okay, it falls. Crystal Joe, very red. I didn't see. That was poor gameplay on my part. Like, there's no excuses, that was just shocking. I do really like the heroic feel of this song. I am kind of a sucker for songs that sound like heroic like this. I do have to say. Oh, we can go left. Oh, hello. If you're seeing this message, do not touch. What? What do you mean do not touch? I'm touching. I'm touching! Let's not fall down. I guess we are going. Okay. Oh. Plushy. That's gotta be just aesthetics. Now that does look suspicious, and I'm gonna try it. So, they're not suspicious. Okay. I figured I should try at least. It looks suspicious enough. Oh gosh. Ooh. Okay. Ha! Shot you in the foot. Okay. So far so good. Got a double boss cake. Is it boss time already? No, there is more. I was gonna say, that's pretty short. I can't say this stage is doing much wrong. It's got its own little charm and vibe going for it. Oh my god! Yeah, I completely forgot that happens. Well, I gotta try. I wanna see if there's anything there besides. No. Okay. Curiosity satisfied. I'm happy now. Big eye! So probably the boss? That just has to be aesthetics. Is it boss now? I would not say so. Okay, we just keep going. Oh! That is not how I expected that to go. At all. God damn it, we have to fight the fake boss again. And get a capsule for it. Okay. In hindsight, maybe actually falling off there was the plan. I got some rare 4 or 5 star rated plushie from there. Maybe that's what the play here was in the long term. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yeah, it wasn't a fan of your positioning. Boss gates don't really mean anything in this stage. I could just be... Oh, you're giving me an E-tank, so it might actually be boss time. Whoa! Come on, hello Gilded Man. What are you gonna do? Trying to get used to your running across the screen attack. Okay. I think we've seen everything you can do though. I think that's it for surprises. Corner where you jump. So that was kind enough. Oh! Yeah. That was a much cleaner fight. I did at least half of it his HP without getting hit. You do only have the very simple pool of attacks. So, yeah. One down, a present from Auntie Eddie. It has a bit of a sad look to it. Protoman.exe. The sword of this plushie leaves a light trail when you swing your arms wide. Okay. I got 3. Oh yes I did. Auntie Eddie! Really? A special mobile piggy bank based off Eddie's doppelganger. Store your money in here safely. Safe from you, that is. Okay, well that was a cute little charming stage. Nice and rompy. With its own unique boss, so yeah, I will say that's a fine stage. The graphics were very fitting as well. I really got that theme of an adventure, or as guild means, something to do with clans or guilds and adventuring, quests, things like that. I definitely got that vibe here. Let's see what the judges thought. Mick, 43. That's a color palette. Point blank, the biggest issue with Gilded Man is that it's absolutely garish. That there's far too many bright colors and not enough darks to go with it. Things are visible, at least it's not like there isn't any contrast, but seriously, lights and darks, please, my eyes will thank you profusely. Outside of them colors, Gilded Man seems like an attempt to make King Knight's level into a Mega Man level. Oh, it's Shovel Knight! Oh, yeah, I never played Shovel Knight, that's why I didn't instantly pick up on that theme. My bad. It's definitely heavily inspired by King Knight, considering the chandeliers, the music choice and the boss decision. Does it work? Not in this case. The enemy encounters are functional, but there's no real variety, so they get dull fast. It doesn't help that the enemy set itself is rather dull. Telly's, Mez, Joe's and Big Eye. About the only one that isn't common is Top Fiend, and he's still not that uncommon an enemy. The chandeliers are a bit better. Their climb downwards is the most interesting part of the stage, and the introduction is well played. Those are the falling blocks. Yeah, let's go with chandeliers here. However, the rest fall into the same functional but boring trap, causing the place to just exist. Combine that with a lot of fake out boss doors and at least one broken trap room, and this needs a lot of work. It's an okay start, if nothing else, and I did appreciate that Gilded Man actually showed up at the end. Yeah. Shin, 18. Given the music choice, among a few other things, I get the feeling this stage was meant to emulate some aspects of Pride More Keep from Shovel Knight. Even if that's not the case, it doesn't change just how lacking this level feels. Let's start with the most obvious and biggest problem here. The visuals are really rough on the eyes. It isn't just because the tiles and Gilded Man himself aren't exactly the highest quality in terms of sprite work. Rather, it's mostly due to the color choices. Nearly everything is way too bright, with the only exception being the purple sky. But even then, I couldn't necessarily call it good looking. Not even the enemies are safe from this, as all of them have gotten a similar overly vibrant cast of paint. I can understand wanting to recolor the enemies to have them fit better with the stage's theme, but you really need to pick out your colors carefully. Make sure they're not clashing or too hard on the eyes. Aside from the aesthetic issues, there's almost nothing else I can really say about the stage. The room layouts and platforming challenges are all incredibly basic, with little to no challenge involved, making for a pretty bland experience overall. Honestly, there's only two major things I can think of that are worth bringing up. The first is the fact that the music doesn't loop properly. This goes for both the stage and boss themes. The other is a far more glaring issue involving that one bonus room with the sign that tells you not to touch the items. Regardless of whether or you not take the items, there's no transition that lets you go back to the previous screen, meaning your only way to get out that room is to throw yourself into the pit. That's what Mick meant by broken trap room. Unfortunately, this is probably the most memorable thing about the stage, besides the overly bright colour palette. Palette or palette is it? I want to go palette. Yeah, the colours was super bright here, that's fair. Patchy, 46. King Man, now have 100% fewer chess references. Oh, this is a weird one. I guess the theme here is what if King Knight was a Mega Man Robot Master instead? Or the joke here is it's supposed to be a bootleg King Knight? There are definitely similar elements used here. The falling chandeliers, for example, tile set resemblance, and the most obvious, the music choices. The visuals could have been done better. A lot of sharp and flat colors being used. The yellows especially can be pretty eye-piercing. Enemy reskins are mostly a change in colors. None of them immediately made me realize what they are, representing in the original King Knight stage either. The architecture is a little weird. There are many weird openings throughout the stage that don't really lead anywhere, or sometimes they even lock you out of the exit because you forgot to put a two-way screen transition object. The trap room. Music is also a bit crusty and inconsistent in volume between the stage and the boss music, almost like they were taken from separate YouTube videos. Okay. Flashman 45. Wow, look at the stage. If you can stand the view, a sickening milieu? That's a word. A guard is all yellow, it's not too long. Tough challenges are few. Checkpoints are well placed, woo. You're doing well so far. And so I feel mellow. Ahem. I can tell some thought went into this level, but the execution lets it down. A golden castle festooned with jewels is neat. More texture in the foreground tiles would help the bright colour to be less of a shock. Crystal Joe looks snazzy and rare. The other recoloured sprites look unnatural in jewel tones, and they don't contribute to the theming as well as some other enemies you could have used, which is a darn shame. The reskinned Yamato Man is fine but underwhelming. Oh, that was Yamato Man! Right! I did not even pick up on that. Oh, and that was the spear binge. Oh my god, it was. Oddly, his hitbox is slightly higher than Laser Trident can reach from the ground. The music selection is good. The looping and volume need attention. Although the custom graphics could use more polish, the tile arrangement is on point, striking the right balance of repetition and pops of interest. However, the architecture is logically and aesthetically confusing, with inexpressibly empty rooms, suspicious spike-lined passageways that go nowhere, and an overall layout that makes no sense when viewed on a map. Screen transitions are rampantly unsafe, leading to instant death if you enter from the wrong angle or attempt to backtrack. This makes the chandelier introduction especially rough. Unlabeled telespawners and a couple deceptively low ceilings contribute to unwelcome surprises. Being the most dangerous part of this level. I'd like to see more combinations, tellies with other enemies or top solids with anything, really. Currently they could be replaced with regular solid blocks and you'd barely know the difference. The upper limit of difficulty increases as the level progresses, but the lower limit stays constant because of solo enemy challenges. That said, there's enough variation that nothing gets too stale. And finally, Ace 42. While not being a particularly good level, this stage does have a certain charm, cohesion and atmosphere. However, the enemy selection is very safe and generic, and the enemies are never used in a creative or novel way. Thus, there are two types of Joes. Two! Come on, just one of those types of guys breaks the flow of stages. There is also very little challenge in the stage, as it starts and stays easy throughout. There are a lot of little bits of the architecture in the level that do not seem to make sense, from the holes in the floor and walls with spikes blocking the way, to a couple of instances where your gimmick cannot be interacted with or the player does not need to use the platform at all. There's also way too many areas that look like they should hold secrets but don't? Speaking of secrets, there is also a broken transition out of the secret room, where the player is forced to suicide to get out. Fortunately, the stage is very generous with checkpoints, so it does not affect you too much. Honestly, the graphics look amateurish when creating NES style graphics. You need to be referencing other tile sets as is. The level tile set is very undetailed, though the way it is used does show some thought behind the tiling. The lack of detail means the majority of the level is a singular bright block colour, and kind of an eyesore. The reskinned boss was very cute, although you need to make sure it does not deform when moving. Yeah, like the judges said, it's a stage of ideas. It had its own charm. It was cute with the enemy reskins, very bright, and could be a bit excessive on the eyes with how bright the yellow in particular was. And then I didn't even notice I was fighting Yamato Man with a reskin at the end, but yeah, that was a nice boss fight too. Albeit a bit easy, but enjoyable nonetheless. Yeah, I enjoyed exploring a castle filled with jewels with the cute resprites. Decent stage, good job. And with that said, I'm actually going to end my recording session here because I've done quite a few today and I am dead tired. So that'll be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed and I will see you in the next one. Till then, take care.